Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited you're here with me today. My name is Cindy, and I empower career changers, transitioning teachers, and women returning to the workforce to find amazing jobs that match your current why. Okay, today we are going to talk about how to keep up the momentum in your job search when you're feeling just a bit discouraged with your job search. It's tough, right? Okay, applying for a job is a full-time job, and it is just, I wish it was as easy as applying for a job today, going on an interview tomorrow, and starting next Monday. But you all know it. You've been going through it. It's sending out countless resumes. It's multiple stages of interviewing, and there's so many parts of the process that you have to go through. So let me help you with that overwhelming discouragement that you may be feeling, and how to stay motivated, how to keep going, and how to stay positive. This is part one of a three-part series, so make sure you catch all three parts. Okay, so now I want you to think to some of the things that have been challenging in your life. Some of the things that have been really, really difficult, that when you were going through them, you were like, I don't know how I'm going to survive, but that you did. Okay, think about those, whether that be medical, whether that be financial, whether that be accidents, car accidents, fires. By the way, I've been through all of those things personally. I want you to think back to the strength that you used when you got through those. And I want you to think about that for two reasons. Number one is I want you to summon that strength when you're feeling down. And I want you to realize that you have a burning fire inside of you. You have the ability to rise against whatever obstacles you are challenged with and conquer them and be successful about them. Because there have been times in your own past when you were like, wow, this is just too much to handle. I can't do this. But you did. And that's the important part, is realizing that you did. Don't allow looking for another job to be the defining moment of which you never recover, okay? Over which you never surpass and you're always stuck here. You can do this. This is not the most difficult thing that you've ever faced in your life. You can do this, okay? Just like you have conquered other challenges in your past, okay? Number two, I want you to realize, I want you to think back to the strength that you had when you conquered them and realize that you can do anything. Okay. You've done it before. You've been resourceful. Okay. You didn't just do one thing. You were resourceful. You were steadfast. You were determined. You still have those strengths. Okay. So sometimes it takes a bit of stepping back, okay, and looking at yourself and remembering the value that you have, remembering your worth, remembering that confidence, remembering the person that you are. Okay, just because you may be getting some rejections in the job search, that doesn't define who you are. Okay, remember that. Always remember that. The job search honestly has very little to do with how good you would be at doing the job. Okay, it's how good are you at marketing yourself? How good are you at convincing the other person how good you would be at the job? So think back to who you are and that value, because just because somebody isn't seeing it right now doesn't mean that it's not still there. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you one little story. I could tell you a plethora of stories, but I'm going to tell you one little story because it gets the same reaction every time I tell it in person. So many years ago, I was driving on the expressway and I was hit by a hit and run driver. And my car spun out of control, turned around. So it was facing the direction I was coming in, turned around 180 degrees and hit the median strip. Okay. The airbag deployed, and I had my then 2-year-old son in the car seat in the back of the car. Just so you know, we're all great. And that 2-year-old boy is now 25. So we've all survived. If you've never had the overwhelming pleasure of having an airbag smack you in the face, it is something, let me tell you. And I thought I was dead. Okay, that impact, I thought I was dead. And I got out of the car, um, and the Good Samaritan had stopped, and they took my son out of the car seat. And he did not start crying until he was being held by a stranger. So, oh, that whole separation anxiety thing and strangers. Um, and my eye doctor said I was lucky that my glasses did not get impaled in my face. And it was terrifying, but I left with just some burns, right? Some burns from the airbag, but nothing was broken. And I walked away, and not even a scratch on my child. And I got myself to drive 2 weeks later. Okay. It was scary. It was really, really scary because I was terrified someone was going to hit me and it was going to happen again. And I've told this story in person many, many times when I give presentations. And every single time I tell this story, there is somebody in the room that raises their hand and says, that happened to me and I never drove again. Don't let that be you. Don't let this challenge of looking for a job, or any other challenge that you have in your life, by the way, to be the defining moment over which you never surpass it, that you never succeed. You are strong. You are capable. Take a breath, take a break, do what you have to do. Do things to be kind to yourself. Okay? Read a book, talk to a friend, go for a walk, get some exercise, eat healthy foods, and an occasional chocolate is good too. But do things to take care of yourself, and then get right back in the car, get back on the bicycle, get back on the horse. You can do this. Okay. So this is part one. There's two more parts coming up next week and the following week about how to stay motivated in your job search, even when you are feeling discouraged. Okay. I hope you found this super helpful. I have so many free resources for you. I have a full YouTube channel with 90 plus videos out there. I have new content on LinkedIn 6 days a week. Many of the posts are pinned to my featured. I have a website, I have a blog, and I have 45-minute free discovery calls to talk about how I can help you out in your job search. So if you'd like to chat with me, let's get on my calendar. I'll put the links below. I hope you have a successful week. Always remember you're a warrior, and I'll catch you the next time. Bye-bye.